hear this. Hello, hello? Tasty donut. Does this work? Alright, I think it's working. Whatever. If it's not, scream at me. Ooh. So I found out what was wrong with this thing. Sort of. One of the problems with it, other than it just being dirty, this missing piece of plastic actually goes right here. I had my husband look at it and he was like, oh yeah, there's where it goes. He's king of I Spy. So it goes right there. And it's basically one of the stops for the strumming. So you can see on this side, there's a similar piece of plastic that kind of prevents the strum from going too far. And on this side, that's missing right here, so it can in fact go too far, and it ends up colliding with the reed switch right here. So I think that's going to be an issue. So I'll get some glue and try to glue that back together. And then King of I Spy also pointed out some corrosion right here. So we've got a little corrosion on that board to clean off. And I wanted to take this off and look at it from the back side and see how dirty that is. And then we still have this to open up and go through and clean out. So there's a handful of things to do. If the music is too loud, let me know. Some of this crap out of the way. And I think I've got some glue over here. Alright, this should be pretty decent. If this doesn't work, then I'll get some epoxy and set this up. Set it up with some epoxy. Where'd my little piece of plastic go? There you are. I probably want to clean this too. It's pretty gross. Hope everyone is doing well on Sunday. Today's Sunday, right? Think so? Yeah. Just cleaning up this little piece a little bit. Away. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just set up the music, so I haven't gone through and adjusted it very much, but I can tweak that real quick. All right. Hope that's a little bit better. Thank you. sharp piece of plastic. You hurt some of that. Yeah, I cleaned out the back of the controller earlier before I went live, and I saw there's like a whole soda in the back of there. Probably one of us spilled soda in it years ago, and it kept on trucking, I guess. That should be clean enough. Let's see. And make sure this surface is clean too. Actually, I don't know. I kind of want to like pop this out to glue it. Maybe that way it can kind of sit by itself over on the side. I might do that. That way it doesn't, I don't damage the gluing process. Hopefully this doesn't explode. Spraying the flame. Okay. That can go right there. I think I'll probably just pop this out. Or no? How does this work? Spring on here in order to not lose it. Do I need to take these out? I hope not. Oh, you know what? No? It's probably this whole assembly. Yeah, that looks pretty in there. I mean, I can do that. That's not too bad. I'm just gonna pull these out. And we can come in and re-hot glue them later. Hot glue is pretty old and brittle anyway. Hey, look at that. It just pops right off. I don't think you're supposed to do that. And some tabs on the side right there. So those are off. And some more screws. Should probably get some containers for these screws so I don't lose track of them. Oh, a couple more. Let's see. Alright, that should do it. Okay. Now that whole assembly comes out. Yeah, see, that's pretty in there. You'd have to, like, really stretch this plastic to get that out. I don't want to do that. But now I can kind of set this up somewhere and glue it. Then we can work on the rest of this, cleaning this out, I guess. Checking it for shmoo. Let's get all of the bits of old hot snot, all of that. Okay, so I need to clean some corrosion off of that. Where's my toothbrush? I can probably just use this. It's not too much. May not need to do a whole lot of scrubbing. Actually, that came right off. Don't really need to do any scrubbing for that. Yeah, there's a little bit of corrosion right there. None of those traces look damaged or anything, so I think it's fine. It was just kind of on the surface. Okay. Yeah, I want to get this board out and take a look at the back side of that. Actually, let me get the glue setting on this one. Ew. Probably need to put some more lube in there too when I'm done. This stuff does not come off very well with isopropyl alcohol. You'd think that it would, but... Let me go grab that other cleaner. Alright, I noticed it came off a little bit easier with other types of cleaner. Isopropyl, whatever reason, doesn't like that one. Or it doesn't react very well to that, so see, that came off pretty easily. A lot easier than the ISO. Ew! Hey, what's up, Kayla? How are you doing on this nice Sunday? Just kind of chilling in the lab, repairing some hardware. Got some busy things to do. Yeah, there's still a little bit in the crevice. Come on. Alright, that's most of it. Clean enough for me. I don't want to take off all the patina, you know? Patina. think I can glue that now. Where do I want to set that up? Or how do I want to set that up? Or I've actually got, let me put this away. Got another wood block. And kind of lean this against a rock or something. Hi, kitty. Yeah, that'll work. And then I can kind of just glue that in place. Let's see if this glue is any good. Who knows, it might be really old. I haven't used it in a hot minute. Oh, there we go. Or is it all done for? Oh, it seems done for. Rip. Alright, let me go get my newer container of super glue. Be right back. Alright, got some epoxy and some regular old super glue. I don't think I need to open this. Oh my god, this stuff is old too. It's the worst thing about super glue. Alright, then I'm just going to use some of this epoxy. It's probably better anyway. Just a teeny tiny bit. It's probably enough, but give it a little bit more. It's going to be inside the controller so you won't see it. So if it looks ugly, who cares? And then it goes on like so. Actually, probably easier to just do this over here. Ah! Okay. State. Okay, so I think that's in where it's supposed to be. Good enough. Don't play with it, otherwise I'm gonna screw it up. Okay, so set this over here. And now that can go ahead and dry. Okay, cool. That has been epoxied. I'm going to throw this out. Got all my cleaning crap. Not touch that one. Alright, the only good tube of glue in the house. Okay, so I want to take a look at the back side of this board. Make sure there's not a bunch of shmoo on the back side. So let's go ahead and take those out. I have a feeling there's going to be shmoo on the back of these because these buttons are a bit sticky. So we'll see how that goes. If it's dirty, we'll clean it. Alright, and for the gunk reveal. Oh, that's not too bad. These rubber dome switches are a little dusty, but not too bad. What is the microphone for? Is there a microphone on this thing? What? Oh no, is that the infrared sensor or something? Ew, that's gummy. Ew. Oh, gross. That's where all the gunk is. Ew. Ew. And it's probably all in there too. Jeez. I kind of want to just like take all of this out, and then I can clean this all separately. Because look, there's a bunch of shmoo in there. There's probably some shmoo down here. There's definitely shmoo in there. That is honestly a lot of extra work. I don't know if it's really needs it. I think probably just cleaning around the buttons and everything. It's probably good. That looks a little burnt. A little roasty. I don't know if that is or not. I don't know why it would be burnt. It's not like you really... There's no resistors there. Really sending a whole lot of current through these, I don't think. That's just the ground cable based off the G. G for gangsta. Gangsta cable. What? Yeah, so, I don't really need to... Does seem like they have a pretty good seal. I don't want to disturb that. They got a whole bunch of thingies on the back. So let me get some cleanser. And we can clean these buttons off. Ooh, gross. Alright. Gross. Comes off pretty easy with this cleaner though. Oh, these are so gross. Pretty sure it's soda. So I'm not too worried about it getting on my hands. I'll just go wash them afterwards. Okay. Looking pretty clean. Still a couple spots. You guys want me to zoom in and so you can see the grime because you're freaks like that? Just let me know. This is not the worst thing I've had to clean electronics wise, so this is pretty tame. I used to work in computer repair and there were all sorts of things. Consumer facing computer repair. Yeah, that stuff is grody. Not just like the sanitation of the machines, but the software too. Some people do some weird stuff with their computers. Ew! Look how this starts from like a nice clean paper towel and it turns into like this disgusting horde blob by the end of one button. Ew. Backside of this is gross. Alright, well, I'm not going to be able to get all the way in there, but whatever. That's cleaner than it was. Couple other things on here that I can clean that I didn't get to last time. I was using ISO last time, isopropyl alcohol, and it does not clean this gunk up very well. So I found out that this other cleaner does. So go back and hit those with it and get them cleaner. Well, I don't know if I can get in there. That's pretty far in there. Like the Q-tip will. No, probably not. Paper towel and toothpick, however, that should do the trick. Oh yeah, see, I did pretty good. Like my grandpappy used to say, when in doubt, jam a toothpick in it. Yeah, he said that a lot. Okay. That should be good enough. Yeah, okay. And this part. Ew! Look at that. Ugh. It's gonna be the cleanest this whammy bar has been since the thing was purchased. Wow. Some grooves worn into it. Alright, and clean the handle off. I don't know how clean that's gonna get. It looks like a dog or something chewed on it. Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay. That's clean enough. Clean enough for me. Go ahead and take these here. Get that out of the way. And what about this? That could use a little bit. Finish the rest of my coffee. And then I gotta get in there into this chassis, into the case or whatever, because there's a bunch on the backside where those buttons were. Ew. Alright, that looks clean enough for me. Let's stick that up there. What else do we have? We have this. Couldn't get this super clean because I didn't want to take it apart. I don't want to break the plastic because this is old plastic. There's already one piece of broken plastic, so I don't want two. I want to epoxy this whole thing back together. No, thank you. So what are you guys up to this Sunday? Or this weekend? Do anything fun? Do anything cool? Or mostly chilling? I might want to take this apart. Let's see. Let's see how bad that's gonna be. Eh. Break my nail. Where's my spudger? Oh, spudger! Ooh, there's a ball bearing in there. Ooh! For that detent. Okay, let's not lose that. Ah, there it is. Oh, hey, there's another rabbit again. How are you doing? Thank you for the good luck. I'm just back at it cleaning up this Guitar Hero controller, or Rock Band controller. Ooh, there's a spring in there too. Wowee! Yeah, you don't want to lose those. I hope you have a good night. And you're well rested tomorrow morning. Yeah, now I can really clean it. Now I can get in there and get all of this super clean. This was the selector detent for the tone arm, or the tone selector on the controller. There's this little piece right here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Rock Band, but this, slide this back and forth and it selects like the tone or type of guitar, electric guitar noise it makes. And this is what gives you the detents, so it actually clicks into place. And it's dirty, so Might get the Q-tip going for this one. Sorry, cotton swab. Q-tip is a trademarked name, kind of like Kleenex. Also, don't stick them in your ears, even though that's what everyone does with them. I mean... Look at that tiny spring. Uh-oh. Where did my ball bearing go? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna stick you on the magnetic spot so you don't go anywhere. Got him. That would have been tragic. Take this thing apart only to lose the ball bearing. Wonder why it doesn't work right. Imagine if you didn't even see the ball bearing, you're taking it apart. You didn't even see it, you didn't even know it was there. And it falls into your carpet. Gone forever. Alright. That should be clean enough. Cool. This. Ugh. There's a whole bunch on the inside of the little holes right there, the detent holes. Actually, real quick. Let me pour this out. Alright, got some of that other cleaner in there, so this will actually work better. Alright, this is almost good. Okay, And I don't know if I want to clean the ball bearing at all. I don't think it's that dirty. So I'm just going to reassemble this little bit. Or spring with laying back in there. And this might be tricky, but... our ball bearing on the top. And then this goes in like that. And yep, I think we're done. Cool. Oh, that spins so much smoother now. And all gummed up. Wowee! Cool. Let's see. Oh, cool. Broke my nail. Classic. I hate that shit. When you break your nail and then it starts snagging on stuff, it's the worst thing ever. Alright. So, I wanted to clean more of the inside of this, because there's a lot of shmoo on the inside of these, so I might take some Q-tips to that. Wowee! Okay, I don't know if that's any better. I expect these to be very, very gross. That's where all the... ooh, yeah, that's where all the shmoo was. Or at least that's where it gathered around the buttons, too. Ew. So gross. So gross. Alright, I am changing the track. Let's see. Sure. See how much more grime is in here. Ew. It's mostly in this little crevice. Oh, that's so gross. It turns brown almost immediately. Ew. Based on how much gunk and shmoo was on the back side of this controller, I have a feeling it was like laying face down and someone spilled a whole ass soda on it. And then let it dry like that. Pretty crazy that the thing still works, honestly. Like with all the shmoo that's in it. I mean, really, I think the one thing that was preventing it from working right was the broken plastic on the strumma thing. The strumming thing. That's the technical term for it, I think. Okay. That should be clean. Oh, chunk of dried up soda. I think we're probably good with these. Yeah, I didn't want to take those off, so I think we're good in that regard. I could probably put that back on, put this board. I'll pass that back down. Speaking of soda. Okay. Let's see. Let's get all the screws back in there for this boy. Oh, I'm gonna put the buttons back in first. The doy. And it was select and then start, I believe. I don't know if I even let you do it the wrong way. Because I feel like they're keyed. Yeah, there's a large one. Look at that. Can you, though? Oop. Put the start button over there. I think you can. Oh, shit. Which one's which? I think it was select and then start. I think the start one is the big one. Because it's also got the protector around it. The little guard. See how it's got the little lip? I think that's because you don't actually want to press that all the time. Select, I believe, does like the rock power thing. Whatever the hell it is, kind of like tilting the guitar. So I think that's how you activate that. So it's more a actual in-game button that you'd be using. Clean this off really quick. I don't think I got too good over here. Cool. Alright. Yeah, so this thing has a microphone on it. Why does it have a microphone? I'm not actually sure why the guitar has a microphone on it. Huh. Okay, GPT, Google, why do Rock Band guitar have microphone? Start button. Select button. D-pad button. Where the fuck do you go on there? I guess it doesn't really matter. No, you got the D-pad backwards. It's all ruined. Oh god, I hate these plastic screws. I feel like they're gonna break at any second. Okie dokie. Try not to cross thread these. They are self-tappers, or at least plastic screws, so especially on old plastics like this that are potentially brittle, you could easily pull out the threads or break the threads on it. Okay, cool. That's back in there. I don't know what the set time on that oxy is. Still probably too soon. Wow, look at that. I think all of that in here. This white powder right here. I think that's all just worn plastic. That's your microplastics, your like daily dose of microplastics right there. Just from this thing kind of wearing, rubbing against the housing. Guess we can stick this thing back in here. It's the, no, I don't want to stick the whammy bar back in there because that thing sucks. I can't lay the guitar down. I think everything else is pretty clean on it. Let me set it to the side and we can start taking apart the neck of the guitar. Got most of the shmoo off. And I think I want to, let me get a container for these screws. Or I guess I could just stick them in the parts box. I don't think I'm using these for anything else, so. It's all the same. They're like all the same. Whatever. These things don't close very well anyway. I like using them. Need some actual containers. Alright, where There it is. Alright, and for my first magic trick... Ah! Okay. We don't really need that. This is just broken. Straight hosed. Here's actually, what is that for? Oh, it's so you can take it off, I think. Whatever. So this bad mama jumba mamba jamba, couple screws, and it should come apart. I'm worried about the buttons just scattering everywhere, but we'll see. What was that? Probably need to take those off too. Okay. Let's not scatter everything. Okay. Oh, Spudger, where are you? Hi, Spudger. Am I missing a screw on this side? No. Okay. Bruh. What the dip? Why does it not want to come off? What the hell? That's crazy. What is going on? Is there a screw that I'm missing? There's gotta be a screw that I'm missing. Did I just dip this in the cleaner? No. Okay. Okay, well the buttons are kinda, they're stuck behind the thing, so we should be good. They're not gonna go falling out everywhere. At least I don't think they are. Bruh, are you serious? Why is this so stuck? Oh, I hate plastics like this. You just know it's gonna break on you. Well, that's gotta be stuck. There's gotta be like a, pop these off? No. I mean, I think you can. They got little springs under them like, keyboard keys. But there is no, no screw hole. I thought I'd see a screw hole under there. Maybe it's under this one? Wow. Look at that shit. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. Okay. When you keep tugging at it and it just bends in place, it doesn't actually go anywhere, you know there's a stupid screw hidden somewhere. Okay. What the hell is that for? Is that for, like, enforcement, I guess? Must be. Well, it didn't work very well. They should have moved it up a little bit further. Okay. I don't need this. I'm going to set that off to the side. And I'm going to put our yellow button back on because the screw is hidden under the button, not the yellow one. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off, inspect them, make sure there are no broken leads, make sure everything's functioning fine, and it's not dirty. That's kind of fun. They have a little the little rubber for the rubber dome has a little bump in it so that it goes over these pins, these through holes. That's cute. Alright. It looks fine. Doesn't really look dirty. That also looks good. They all press fine as well. They don't look like they have any gunk under them or anything. They look fine. Yeah, I think it should be good. Wow, wee, woo, woo. Bunch of old hot snot in here. Okay. Well, oh, look at that, there's hot snot. They just hot snotted it straight to the plastic right there. That's funny. Like, that's gonna hold super well in long term. Some little, I guess rubber or silicone strips to dampen it, or to make sure that there's not like a whole lot of vibration in there. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Should be fine. Could probably go through here and like clean up underneath all of these buttons, but I think it's good enough. At least for making sure that it still works. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these back down where they belong. All the solder joints looked good too. They didn't seem like they were cracked or anything. These connections all looked fine. They're not really under a lot of strain anyway, so they should be good. I like how like 2 out of these screws had Loctite on them. It's like only 2 of them though. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Loctite, that's just plastic. The doy? That's just the brown color of the plastic. There we go. Alright, it looks like they're still pressing. Seems good. Okay. Well, I don't want to mess with this too much since it seems functional. So I'm gonna seal it back up. I guess I could put some new hot glue in there. It wouldn't hurt. Alright, it's gonna heat up. Get some hot snot on here. Are you hot? You hot enough to snot? Nope, not yet. Alright, are you hot enough to snot? Oh, getting there. Alright, well, while we let that warm up, I'm gonna step away for a minute. I'll be back. Probably about 3 minutes or so. Okay, is this thing hotted and ready to snotted? Oh yeah, it is hotted and ready to snotted. Alright, so where do they have this? They just had it right over there. Just a couple dabs. Glue! Ow, that's hot. Oh, the hot glue's hot? No way! Holy crap. Holy crap. And then they have like one right there. And one right there. Don't get it into the buttons. Make sure I don't get it into the buttons. That would be tragic. Okay. Hold. Hold. Okay. Should be good. That's some hot schnot. Alright, clean that up a little bit. And this should be good enough to fasten back together. Okay. I'm gonna disconnect the actually, I'll just leave it going for now. No, I'm gonna disconnect it. It doesn't take too long to heat back up. I will need it later though. Here, you sit right there. Don't go anywhere. Need you. Alright, this part goes back on like so. And we'll probably go over and clean the wait, did this come out over this way? No. I probably want to go over here and clean the back of this. There's a lot of shmoo. Ew, that's kind of gross. Let me do that really quick while I have it open. That's just grimy. Is it too thick on that sucker? and break through the surface. It's like an oxide layer of hand cheese. And we do the same thing on this side. Let's get it moist. Okay. And how did these go on there? I think they were like this. Yeah, I think that's how it went. And this kind of goes on like so. Okay. And then we fasten some of these suckers down. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm not going to fall for it. I was going to put one right there. I do not believe that goes there. That is a lie. Screw goes right there. Right? Right. There we go. That was the tricky screw. The one that wanted to break the plastics on me. Okay, so now that I've got that, let me get some more paper towel. I want to clean up this part a little bit. More schmoo. Liquid schmoo. There's schmoo on the cable. There's schmoo on the walls. There's schmoo everywhere. Ew. Gross. Whatever. I don't need it to be that clean. Okay. Alright, and let's go ahead and stick this back on there. Got the legs. Legs pop out like that. And there's some clips right here. If you've never messed with a keyboard before, messed with keyboard keys, but you lay the feet in there first. Then you kind of fold them in like that. Line up the center and then push it down. Sometimes it can be tricky, but most of the time it's pretty straightforward. And your button should pop itself back out. There are no springs on those though, so. Alright. I'm actually awful at the Rock Band guitar. I play drums, and I'm awful at those too, but they're more fun, in my opinion. More fun to be bad at. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so let's get our main body back, and I can hot slot some of these cables back in, but let me check and see if our piece is done gluing. I don't know. I don't know if I want to risk it. I think I will set this to the side for now, and move on to one of the other things on my to-do list. So let me clean up some of this stuff real quick and get this set to the side. And yeah, start messing around with something else. if you don't just have 2 blocks of wood in your lab, you should just get 2 blocks of wood. They come in handy. So if you ever need something to support something, or drill into something for a temporary jig, 2 blocks of wood. Gonna wrap up this cable, put this away, and then I've got I think I got a time clock that I want to look at. I haven't dug into this thing enough, and I've got a couple ideas for it. Okie dokie, so this thing came with an SD card on the inside. So that's pretty intriguing. Nothing really to do with this. This is just a case. Yeah, let me put a couple of these things away. So these headers. Where's my box? these guys. Up here. Box of microcontrollers. This thing's pretty fun. I found this in one of my drawers. It's a tilt sensor. I had no idea what it was. It was just like in a box. One of my friends gave me a box of some like miscellaneous parts. I never really looked into them. But it's like a little tilt sensor for an Arduino or whatever you want to use it for. It's pretty fun. I was messing with it on the oscilloscope. On the scoop. Oh my god, I'm spilling heat shrink tubing everywhere. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave these. As I just chill there. I need to put that into a box. Oop. My pile of projects. Take these out. Hey. That's good enough. Leave all this stuff over here. And this goes to the controller. Right. Great, so what the hell is this thing? It is, I haven't even shown you the front. It's a Chronos time clock. This is what your shitty boss uses to keep track of your hours and how long you're pooping. It's the InTouch 9000. Says that it runs on 240 VAC, 1.2 amps max. It's got a serial number, blah 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 blah, FCC ID. FCC ID is cool. I don't really need to look at that right now because I physically have one. But I do believe you can operate this thing with PoE. This thing has a Ethernet port right here, stack of USB ports, little micro USB. A pointing stick, I guess you can call it. Like right here's a button on the inside, which is kind of interesting. I wonder what that does. There's another button on the inside. I think these are 24 volt power ports, or I guess Molex connectors, or whatever the hell you want to call those. I don't know what they're called. And it has a fingerprint reader up here on the top. I think this is a speaker or a microphone. This thing right here, not too sure, but I can start taking it apart and we'll see what it's got going on. These chips, I don't know. I do not know what these are yet. Alright, quick, write those down. Alright, hurry up, write them down. Here's another one. Write it down, quick. Oh my god, write it down. BioScript incorporated in V1. There's the button. What is that one? Yeah, here's the PoE board, I think. Yeah, so I guess let me start taking it apart. Ooh. I think is this the 2K? No, it's 1K pot. Let me put that away. Okie dokie. I guess I may just start unplugging stuff and taking things out. Like this. This thing has some fun probe points on it. Look at that. That could be cool. I'm gonna figure out how to power this stuff. And maybe we can use this as like a fingerprint reader or something in a different project or whatever. I don't know. Do you even come off? It's probably easier to just take you off right there. Okay. This thing is daughter boards on daughter boards on motherboard. It's just a pancake, a big old stack of pancakes. Alright, what the hell is this thing? What is this? Asbestos? Is this some sort of weird asbestos pad? Some sort of thermal pad, I guess. We can take that apart here in a second. but I believe that is related to the fingerprint reader. I did a little bit of reading about this thing a while back when I picked it up. In this module, I believe these two are part of the same thing, because some of these things don't come with the fingerprint reader. Some of them are just like, they've got a little cover right there. But this is also a card reader, so that's kind of neat. It's got like a card reader on the side that you can swipe your card, I guess, if your company has cards for you to clock in with. Let's take this off. See what's behind door number 2. Burp, burp. Wow. This thing, I think this is probably like the main compute or like storage module or something, just because of the SD card right here. I don't know what the hell that's all about. Oh, this is the camera on the front or microphone. That's the microphone on the front. Why? That's so weird. Okay. This is why my nails break. There we go. Wow, this thing is, I would say dense, but it's like, I don't know, like a couple layers. It doesn't have too many layers. It's pretty old tech compared to like a modern phone or something in terms of how dense the board is. But it's kind of neat how populated. Got all these resistors populated in a row, which are kind of fun. Some caps, I believe. I guess that's a cap. These could be caps. I think those are caps. Usually caps have like an indication of polarity. Resistors don't. SMSC LAN 9220-ABZJ. Okay, I don't know what the hell that is. OMAP. That's a Texas Instruments processor. Got an OMAP 3503 Echo Charlie Uniform Sierra. Okay, well, I'll look those up later. I'm just kind of poking through it right now. Let's go ahead and take this out. This main board. Hey, brother, are you clipped in there? Really? Alright, get the cables out. And I think this is actually clipped in there. Never seen that before, but okay. There. Okay. That is off. Another one of these stupid tiny ones. Alright, that is off now. What is that going to? Is this going to... What the fuck is that? This thing is just loaded with sensors. Get the ribbon cable out of the way. Alright, we're gonna start taking these screws off. What is this? Oh, it's a it's like a grounding, it's a grounding strip for the back of the display. That's really funny. Surprised they don't have like a damn wall-rated green insulated cable connecting them. Alright. Kind of interested how there's like a USB port. I think this screen is like a USB screen or something. It'd be really funny if it was. Could just straight up... Oh, look at that. The one screw that's not like the others. What the dip? Okay, let me get this out really quick. I gotta show you guys the other side of this. Now unplug this too. And then check this out. We have it taped to the back over here. Isn't that wonderful? So we'll undo this. That's so annoying. I'm not too worried if I damage this, mostly because I have a bunch of them. So I have spares, but I'm not trying to damage stuff. Okay. That is removed. Lattice Mach XO LCMX. That sounds like a display controller or something. Got more Texas Instruments chips. Man, this thing is loaded with chips. Are these, no. What is that? Is that like a 8-pin flash chip or something? SOIC8? I'll dump an SOIC8. I don't know why, but I'll do it. Go ahead and set that over there. So this is our display cable. So unfortunately, I don't think this USB cable is going to be for the display. I think this is probably going to be for the touch screen, unless it's the other way around. So I think this is probably going to be for the touch screen, but we'll see. And then what is this? This is like a speaker. This is, I'm curious what this was. This is like a little infrared thing, maybe. I don't know. It's got a little cover over it. Not sure what that's all about. I'm gonna take these and stick them over here. Why do they do, what is this? Why do they have a micro to this little breakout board? This is such a weird hodgepodge piece of tech. Ew, plastic screws, gross. Gross. What is this? It's like a LVDS board or something? I'm confused. I'll look it up in a minute. Or when I get deeper, when I get behind this thing. This might actually be for the touch screen, and then this is for the display. That's what it's starting to look like. I'm just moving my screws. Top. Bro, what is this? Why? Who does that? Is this a ferrite? No way. Is this a ferrite, like, choke or thingamabobber? Alright, I gotta get this out. This ain't coming out until I get this out. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's the card reader. Got a little piece of plastic over it, so it's kind of hard to see. Let me get it off this thing, and I can show you guys the. It looks like a little mouse, like the sensor for a mouse, an optical mouse. Optical mouse. If you weren't so sure, infrared. This thing is interesting. Alright. Yeah, so this is what reads the cards that you swipe, the little magnetic cards. I wonder if there's like an actual like infrared laser or something back behind this. It's all soldered down. I could snip it. Might do that. Might do that later. But I'm gonna put it back together for now so I don't get all these screws and everything mixed up. Alright, go ahead and stick that over there, and then we've got some more screws in the way. I'm totally going to lose track of where these screws came from. This is the plate for the card reader. Now we can get this out. No? Okay, you know what? Let's do this real quick. Just gonna do that. This is gonna come out. There we go. What the? Look at that. That's crazy. That's a ferrite choke. That's whack. I've never seen a ferrite choke that shape before. She actually. She's chilling and soldering. Look at this. What the? I've never seen that before. That is the goofiest looking thing. I didn't even know they came in that shape. Can I take the foam off? The foam tape? Ew, gross. That's cool. Got some nice heft to it. That's whack. I've never seen that before. Okay, cool. This is our display. It is a sharp display. And yeah, it looks like this ribbon cable actually goes to the touch panel. So the touch panel is USB. So maybe that would probably be the easiest thing to like use on a different machine. That's pretty whack too. So here's the board for that. Okay, and kind of want to get the screen out, but it looks like it's pretty glued in there. Yeah. And the touch panel is, yeah, it's pretty glued in there. Okay. I don't want to destroy this one right yet. I would like to try and get it powered on. So let's go ahead and try to put it back together. This thing... I'm stealing that, oh, top. I'm stealing that, ferrite or graphite choke, whatever it is. That's not going back in. I'm taking that. Yeah, this is mine now. Never seen something like that. Especially around like a flex cable like this. I've seen ferrite chokes around all sorts of cables, but not flex cables. So, I don't know. Weird. And then, what else do we have going on? Got this thing going back on. Just, reverse the order of operations, alright? Goes like that. Got these. You can tell they go right there because there's little bite marks from the stupid washers. Okay, and then I believe we can put this back on. Goes like this. Right? Yes? No? Oh. I feel like it went underneath. Yeah. I believe that's how it goes. Oh, there's a little metal plate in there too. That's fun. Most definitely it goes underneath that. Okay. Let me just wedge it back in there. And that is this tiny one that goes right here. You don't want that poking through. And we got a couple more screws. These long boys, I believe, go into this sucker. Could be wrong. I could totally fuck this up and give this thing nipples. Y'all ever put hardware back together and give it nipples? Do you even know what I'm talking about when I say give hardware nipples by putting it together wrong. I might do it to this one if I'm not careful. And then I think that's 2 for this one. I've got another screw somewhere, I believe, to hold this bad boy in. Alright, hold on. This goes like that. We go all the way over here. We've got 2 screws. That's the same size as that one. Okay, so that probably goes over there. These 2 go over here. You don't want these 2 on because the screen's right behind them. So I'm pretty sure it's these shorter ones. I don't know, that one doesn't seem to want to go in right. It could be the wrong one. Are these machine screws? No. No. Oh, I liked that one. Weird. Okay. Cool. Reroute this. I think that's how that went. Who knows? And then, let's see. We've got the big board. We've also got 2 more of these screws. These, I believe, go right here. Just screw this sucker in. Okay. And I believe we can start dropping the big board in. This guy's gonna go over here. All these stupid cables in the way. This is the stupidest one. Stupid ass micro USB cable. Oh, we can get something interesting from there. Once I get this thing powered, let's start poking at it and see what we can do. Alright, how many of these do I have? I've got 4. Yeah, okay, so these all go around here. Oop, 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 oop. Don't forget. See, check this out. Look at this. I wonder that felt weird. Oh, I almost gave it nipples. If this was any thicker. If this was any thicker, it would have nipples. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's get this dude plugged in. Start plugging in all these chingaderos. Come on. I guess that's in. I'll find out when it doesn't work. Oh, did I miss that? Is that supposed to be on the other side? Sheesh! Wow. Okay. Haha! No biggie. They probably have this ferrite choke, this thing wrapped around this cable because it passes by all this power delivery shit. I wonder if that's like an afterthought. Like they made this whole thing, and then when they tried it out and tested it and everything, it had like interference issues. And so they're like, well, let's just throw a choke on it. Come on. And you see, look, it passes right over this power delivery stuff. Sheesh. Stupid ass flex cables. Okay. Good enough for me. I think it's connected. Oh, make sure that goes under. Alright. And then we're gonna plug this in. Alright, let's not miss any steps now. This thing. You go over there. Okay. So we don't need you. I guess. Okay. And I think this goes under that. Okay. Cool. All our cables are in the right spot. That's plugged in. That's plugged in. Now let's put some screws in. Curious what these buttons do. I love to see buttons on the inside of some hardware. That's one of my favorite things to see. I don't know why. They don't always do things. Just because there's buttons doesn't mean they do things. But I just like to see it. I think it's really funny. Alright, and let's get these all plugged in. Anyway, did this one actually go? Wait, where the fuck does that go? Oh, this goes on a different board. Okay. This and this. Cool. Let's go ahead and get this one going. I like these buses, these bus connectors. They're huge, lots of pins. And a damn SD card slot. Why is this thing designed the way it is? I do not know. But we can plug that cable back in. That's for the microphone on the front. I don't know why it's on this board and not on that board like everything else is. So I do have a PoE injector, and I kind of want to try powering this thing with a PoE injector first. I don't know how many volts it wants over PoE. It doesn't tell me. I could probably look it up. And then we've got this sucker. Goes like this. And this sucker's only got 3 screws for whatever reason. Oh, I guess because you can't put a screw right there. Can it game? I want to see if it games, Patrick. I want to run Doom on my time clock. It has an SD card. So this SD card was right here. And it has a little, like, generic-ass Linux distribution on it. I haven't quite figured out everything that's going on there yet. I haven't really looked at it a whole lot. But I thought that was really funny. It's got a file system on the SD card. So it's a pretty obvious no-brainer. Dig through that for fun times. Okay, and then we have our fingerprint sensor. This thing goes back into... Oh, look at that. I put it back together and I didn't fuck it up. I almost fucked it up. Is that the right way around? Yes. Okay. Actually, I think this goes this way. No? Yes? No? I don't think it matters. If it's more snug this way, so whatever. I'll just leave it like that. And then let's try to power it. Hey, Patrick, check out this ferrite choke. Isn't this whack? Have you ever seen a ferrite choke like this? It had this ribbon. It was around this ribbon cable. Isn't that whack? I've never seen a ferrite choke like this. So I stole it. I took it out of it. It's mine now. Alright, let's see. So a ferrite choke. You know, you see them like around power cables and stuff. It's supposed to like clean up the signal. So if there's like electromagnetic interference, it like keeps the signal clean, I guess. I don't know the exact specifics of it because I'm an idiot, but it's supposed to clean up the connection. I've never seen it around a ribbon cable or a flex cable like that. And I've never seen it shaped like this either. A very weird shape. Yeah, you usually see them like around the ends of a power cable. Like a power cable like wrapped around it or something. Or, you know, like the, like if you've got a, like an old VGA cable and it's got that like bulbous end to it. Here, I've got one like literally sitting right next to me. Yeah, these suckers. These inside this plastic is the same thing as this, but going around this cable right here. But I found this one on the inside wrapped around a flex cable. I've never seen that before. Never seen a ferrite choke around a flex cable, let alone one that shape. Yeah, exactly. It gets a ribbon ferrite core. I've never seen that before. It's very goofy. I like it though. I'm gonna keep that as a souvenir. I like your name, by the way. Aziz Light. Such a great movie. Alright, I'm gonna look up some info about this thing really quick. I wanna see. Is it the 9000 or 9100? 9000. I want to see if you can power it with power over Ethernet. I think you can. Let's see. Power, power, power. User interface. Blah, blah, blah. Has the option for a backup battery. That's funny. All right, here's the install guide. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, it's got a PoE injector, it looks like. I mean, I can try blowing it up with the PoE injector that I have. It sounds like fun. A ferret chunk. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, let me dig out my PoE injector and I'll try that. Give me 1 minute. Alright. What's the inside of the PoE injector look like? Looks like bad times. I don't know. That's my PoE injector. I'm not going to open that right now. Open everything! Oh my gosh! Okay. World's longest cable. Ah. YOLO. Let's see if it lets the smoke out. What do you guys think? You think it's gonna let the smoke out or what? Place your bets. Oh wait, hold on, let me plug this in. Let's see if it lets the smoke out. I don't see any smoke. Oh, I forgot to plug that back in. Alright, hold on. Pretend that didn't happen. There we go. I'm forgetting to plug everything in. Alright. Okay, let's see if this works. Got anything? Anything? Nothing? No? Okay. Well, that's disappointing. What about if I push the button? Got a couple internal buttons. Do those do anything? Nothing? I don't even see lights on it. Normally things like produce lights. They make pretty blinking light when they work. I don't think that's working with PoE. So, I guess that answers that question. So next thing, let me hook some wires up to the bitch. I don't actually have the power cable for these things, if you haven't noticed. That's kind of disappointing in two ways. One, it didn't work, and two, it didn't explode. So, sorry about that. I thought it would be more fun, but let's consult the manual and see where we gotta run power on this thing. Install the transformer. Jeez, what is this thing talking about? It says you can install using a power over Ethernet cable for power. Maybe my PoE does not have enough juice. Or maybe my cable doesn't work. We could try a different cable. Let's try a different cable. It says it should do PoE. Make the sucker do PoE. Whatever. And we'll use this cable. This cable was not made by me, so if anything, it's gonna work. Alright, what do we got? Anything? Nothing. My PoE even on? Yes, PoE is on. I wonder if it's even getting warm. Alright, 1 second. Yeah, I feel like it should be giving me some lights anyway. Yeah, we can try multimeter. Start probing stuff. To be fair, I do love a probing. I mean, who doesn't, right? So, this is our ground. Let's see, we just try some of these pins of the transformer, huh? What was that, 0.2 volts? What about you guys? Anything over here? No? Where's my 48 volts going? I've got 48 volts somewhere. I just think it's not negotiating it, because I believe PoE has some form of negotiation. I think if you're not using the right voltage, it will not, it won't start, or won't start pulling. Let me make sure, let me see what the voltage for this thing is supposed to be. The install guide for this thing is so long. Control F voltage. Ethernet? LS15 power over Ethernet module? What the? Is that what that is? No. If the device uses the GT9180 power over Ethernet module, what are these people smoking, dude? Does this thing not have a power over Ethernet module? Grip the power over Ethernet module firmly and push up so that the module and its mounting brackets slide off the channels molded into the base. Wow. How seductive. I'm trying to power this sucker. I don't know how many volts this thing runs on. It says wall power. But I ain't no sucker. I ain't gonna start throwing wall power at this thing. I was trying with the power over Ethernet because it apparently supports power over Ethernet. But that didn't do shit, so I'm just reading the install manual, trying to figure out what the hell we're doing. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-boo. Communication settings. No, that's not what I want. Chronos power adapter for the 9000. What does this look like? Show me. Oh my god, this image is so tiny. It'd be cool if I had a power cable for it, but yeah, I've got a DC power supply, a benchtop power supply. I just want to find out the right voltage before I start sticking it in places, and I want to figure out where it actually goes, which of these plugs, because I believe these are the power plugs for the actual power supply that ships with this thing, the wall power supply. I think this one is for the backup battery, and this one might be for the wall power, because when I'm looking online, backup batteries are 4-pin. It should be providing PoE. Not sure which pins it would be, but let's see if we can. Oops, sorry about that. See if we can measure something. Oops. Helps if I turn on my multimeter. I don't know. I haven't used this thing in a hot minute, so. And I tried it with cable that I made. Wow, this thing's crushed to hell. A slim profile. Ethernet, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think this 4-pin connection on the board is actually the board for power. Okay, here's how we can test the PoE injector. These are both Ubiquity devices. This is what it's actually meant for. PoE in. Let's see if it turns on. Yep, it's on. So, pretty sure the PoE injector is working. I think it may just not be enough voltage for this thing, because this is, I think, like a 24 volt or 48 volt PoE injector. 24 volt. So I think this thing probably needs more than 24 volts through the PoE injector. And I can't just exactly overclock that easily, at least. I mean, I don't know how, but neither do I, Harold. I'm just messing with stuff, see what it does. It's a time clock, like a touch screen time clock. It's the thing that your shitty boss uses to make sure you're not spending too much time on the toilet. Let's see if we can see the trace right after the cord. Problem is, the trace is kind of on the other side of the board. I was probing some of this stuff nearby. We can try it again. What time is it? 7? Probably hop off in like about an hour and a half or so. Let's do some more poking around. Sheesh. Cables are all twisted. So I got my ground on the shield. I'm just gonna test some of these. Yeah, I tested some of the pins from the transformer. Those didn't do anything. What about you? You? No, nothing. I get like a 0.02 every now and then. And I think that maybe like the negotiation or something. I'm really not too sure. I'm not super versed on PoE specifically. We don't have any voltage across like the resistors or even these I guess these are chokes? I don't know what the hell those are. Well, that was something. What about this capacitor? I guess you can't really. No. This whole section of the board seems like it's not really doing a whole lot. You'd expect to see voltage across the transformer, but that might also be for like the wall power. What about over here? No, nothing. Yeah, because I bet you the pins, like right off the RJ45 jack, like on the back side of this, I bet you those pins have the 40 or the 24 volts coming off of it, but I don't think it's making it through this circuit where it needs to go, because I think one of these, I'm not sure what all these components are for specifically, but I believe it's probably checking to see if it's got enough voltage, and then it'll jumpstart everything and get it all going. Yeah, okay. Huh. Let me see if I can figure out how many volts this thing will take. Yeah, or it could be dead. I have another one. It could be dead. Let me go grab another one. I'll test another one. Okay, set that one off over there. Let me get these screws out really quick. What do I need? Security screws so that your employees can't just rip them off the wall and cheat you. When you have horrible labor practices, you piss your employees off. They can't just rip the time clock off the wall easily. They have to bring their Torx bits from home. Okay. This one's actually different on the inside. Whoa! Wow! This is exciting. It's like a piñata. It's different. Wow! Look, there's a micro SD card. What the heck? What the hizzy? They upgraded. Wow! I love this. This is so fun. Oh, we got an RTC battery? Wow. Now that you mention it, the other one doesn't even have an RTC battery. That's crazy. How do you make a time clock? Okay, legit. How do you make a time clock without an RTC battery? Yeah, I want to check out the SD cards. I have, there's another one. This one has an SD card, like a full-size SD card in it. I want to check those out and see what they're like. This is kind of interesting. I like these tiny little compute-looking boards, compute module boards. Alright, let's yellow this one. Let's see if this one turns on or smokes. Make sure all my cables are connected. What do we got? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Is there a power switch somewhere that I'm missing? Like an internal power switch? Or do you have to... Why wouldn't that be funny if you could just like... You have to like turn it on. It's receiving PoE, you just gotta turn it on. Wow, that's exciting. I'm excited that there's a different layout on the inside of this one. It's still got the same BioScript fingerprint reader, or yeah, fingerprint reader. It's got a different looking card reader module, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so I guess let's probe this one a little bit. See what this one does. This resistor right on the other side of the Ethernet jack has nothing. I like how they've got like a little cover over the top of this transformer. That's kind of cute. Got nothing, 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 nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it likes the PoE. I think it needs more volts. I think it needs more juice. I don't think it's juiced enough, y'all. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't think it's juiced enough. I think we gotta juice it externally. I mean, we can do it. We can juice it externally. I don't really want to. I mean, I do. Let's see if these... Let's see if these fit in here. Won't that be fun? Will DuPont connectors fit inside this Molex connector? No. Ooh, they probably would if I shaved the corner of them. I'm doing an experiment real quick. I want to trim the corner of these DuPont connectors and see if I can get it to fit inside the power connector. Sounds stupid. Just stupid enough to work. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Now I can supply external power without having to worry about the connector. Let me make another one of these. Here, let me get my fingers in the camera. That way you can see me slice my hand open. Doing stupid stuff. If I'm gonna slice my hand open, I want you guys to see it too. Wowee! That's goofy. I don't think I'm gonna use that yet, although I might. But that's very goofy. I do like that. That's very fun. I'm not sure if it actually makes a connection on the inside of the pin, but I think it does. I'll have to test it. And I don't know which of these pins is which, like which one's neutral, which one's positive, or what. There's 4 pins. I could probably check the battery that I saw online for this thing. Transformer battery and transition board. What is this thing? This is like a really old looking model. That's crazy to me that they can... Oh no, this is the 9100. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind, never mind. I thought they had a completely different layout on the inside with the same model number. FCCID.io, my beloved. I love you. Alright, P6W 860. God, this thing's tiny. Why is this tiny? Such a tiny label. K003. What we got? No? No exact match? Okay, I typed it wrong. What the hell? Is that a 5, not a 6? Oh, jeez. 125.7 kHz? What does it do at that frequency? That's so weird. No, I don't want that. Let's see. User manual. Install guide. Let's see. Internal photos. Ooh, block diagram. Oh, they don't have it. Schematics. Oh, that's what it does. That's the, is that RFID 125.7 kilohertz? I think it's either RFID or NFC. 125? Right? I think that's RFID. Jeez, man. So many steps. Does not say. It does not say how many volts the dumb shit is. Alright. Let's see, look at the replacement AC adapter. Okay. 4-pin Molex. Come on. Come on, let me add it. No. I have a 4-pin power adapter. I do not think it is the same, and it is probably not the same. Who knows? Yeah, that's a lot larger. That 4-pin power supply. Output voltage. Which one is this? Well, they have the worst part number for this. The GT-41083-4024-6.0-T2. Bruh. Ugh. Such a bad part number, it's making me sneeze. .1 volt lithium-ion battery. Backup battery for it. 11.1 volts, huh? Huh, maybe it's just not negotiating right. Let's see, power over Ethernet modes. This is what Nudie Newt was talking about. Let's read a little bit about that. Alternative A and alternative B. Then 4 PPOE. Same two of the 4 signal pairs, the 10 base 10 P. Separates data and power conductors, making troubleshooting easier. I wish it would just tell me which mode it used, but I don't think it does in the manual. Yeah, I could do that. Start at 1 volt. I just don't know what these pins are for. There's 4 pins. Realistically, I'm only using 2, right? Alright. Let's see, what do you think? Okay, so here's my thought. Here's my thought. I can tell you what pins are what. So on all the photos that I've seen, the 4 pin is the one that they've used for the external AC adapter and also the battery pack. And I believe that it is a 2 pin kind of thing, where 2 of these pins are the same and the other 2 are different. And so I think the ones that are keyed the same, so like this one right here and this one right here, are keyed the same. And this one right here and this one right here are also keyed the same. Those 2 diagonals are keyed the same. So I think those diagonals are going to be the positive, and the diagonals are the same. So if I do the adjacent ones, or the one that's right next to it, it should be positive and negative, right? YOLO. Actually, you know, let's do this to the old one, not the 9100. Because I know I've got more of the 9000s. Let's fry the old one, not the new one, right? And I believe these are going to be the same. So we'll take my janky cables. No, are they smaller? Wow, they made them smaller. No? No way. Okay. I might have to shave this some more. Oh, you think one's 12 volt, the other's 5 or 3 volt or something? Yeah, that might be it. Multiple voltages on the same one. That's a good theory. Okay, I shaved that down a little bit more. I don't know if that actually makes a good connection. Holy shit, it's really stuck in there. Wowee. Oh, there's the conductor. No! Okay. May have gone too far. Whatever. Alright, that plugs in. I'm cool with that. Now let's shave down this other one. This is what you gotta do when you don't have proprietary connectors on hand. I.e. a Molex, a 4-pin Molex. Proprietary. Wow. Okay, a little bit more on that one. think these DuPont connectors are just a little too large for it. But that's okay. Let's get this going. Alright, which one do you think is positive? Which one do you think is negative? You think it matters? Do you think it's even connected? Oh wow, my 3D printer's alive again. I can test that voltage. Make sure I can set it right. What the hell is this from? What the hell is that? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Check continuity. I forgot to do that. I could do that before frying it, right? Because one of these probably goes to ground. But Patrick, I want to fry it. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Let's try this over here. Nope. Okay, so bottom left. Bottom left is ground. I wonder if we can check resistance as well. So that should be, let me put that over there so you guys can see it. All right, top left, top right, bottom right. Bottom right has let's see, 200 kilo ohms. Or is that like a 100K resistor? And then let's check these others. About 2,000 ohm. No? Because I wonder if like if it was a higher voltage line, maybe the resistors would be set up different. I don't know. Really have no idea. But we know this one, the bottom left one, is the ground, so that helps. Let's go ahead and plug this black one into the bottom left. And I don't even know if that makes a connection, but who knows? And then let's start with top right. Let's start with top right. We'll power these. Alright, we'll start at 0 volt. And let's wait until something pops. No. Alright, 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt. Any lights? No, nothing? I don't even know if these are making a connection in there. They may not. 4 volts? 5 volts? 8? 9? Nothing? I don't think it's actually doing anything because I don't see the amperage on the power supply going up. Oh. Yeah, so when I adjust this, there's not actually any draw. Oh, wait, 0.2 amps. That was something. Alright, let's try a different pin. Let's try a lower right. I mean, it's doing something. It's... Oh, I got a red light. There's a red light on it. 5 volts? Let's try 5 volts. Wow, look at that. There's a red light, guys. There's a red light. Holy shit. Is that good or bad? It's a time clock. What's up, Devlin? It's a Chronos 9000 time clock. It's like the stuff you'd see at work on the wall that you like punch in, or you got a card or whatever. I don't have the power supply for it, so I'm trying to figure out what it runs at. That's at 5 volts, and it's pulling 0.4 amps. Still going up. No, wait. Okay. Do we go for more? Do we push it further? Hey, don't worry, Devlin. Neither do I. I don't know any of this shit either. We're just in the lab throwing electricity at whatever the hell this thing is and seeing what it does. I want to get it powered on, and I want to see a screen. That's what I want to see. Maybe we should go up to 12 volts? Do you think it'll handle 12? I mean, that LED is getting pretty bright. I don't think it's supposed to be this high, mostly because it's not pulling more amps. So I think this is a 5 volt. I think this is the 5 volt line, the 5 volt rail. And then I think the one at either to the top left or the top right is going to be like what Patrick was talking about, how there's a 3 volt and a 12 volt line. So this thing probably has all 3 of them. That would make a lot of sense. It's got like a 12 volt, a 5 volt, and a 3.3 or 3 volt rail. Oh, it's actually pulling more amps at 5 volts. 0.45. Are these hot? They're not warm. Do you think I can PoE it now? What do you think this will do? Or do you think that's a bad idea? That may be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and bring this back down to 0, and I want to move this pin. If I can get it out. No, I broke it. Okay. Where are my pliers? Hey, thanks, Devlin. Have a good one. Damn, that sucks. I fucking broke my DuPont connector. You know what? Let's do this. Let's recrimp it real quick. I could just shave a new one, but I already shaved this one down. I'm gonna get this out of here because this isn't actually doing anything anymore. Be gone, you foul PoE. And let me get my crimpers. Side mission. We got a side quest, y'all. Do I have enough cable over there? Yeah, I got enough cable. Side quest. Oh, then I drop it on the floor. Go figure. Come on. I mean, this isn't gonna be... Okay. I was gonna say, it defeats the point if I can't get the old one out. No, come on. There we go. Alright, old one. And where's my wire? And we crimp it. Wait. Oh, well, don't worry, Patrick. They're meant to be broken. They're like the cheapest fucking flush cuts you could ever ship. And consider yourself re-terminated. Okay. And then we stick this bad boy back in here. Push that down. And then we pop this dude off. Make sure it goes into the trash, otherwise you step on it and slice your toe up later. I don't know if that actually happens, but I don't want it to. Then I'm going to take this and push that back down. Kind of rebend it. Oops. Hopefully not break it. That would defeat the point. You gotta get yourself a new printer now? Yeah. It's the only way to get flush cuts. From your 3D printer. Okay. So, I already forgot which one was which. I should have wrote that shit down. Was it the top right one? Which one was I already doing? I was doing the bottom right, wasn't I? So that's our ground, and then this one is, I have no idea. Also, I'm not much of a drawing artist, but whatever. These are the worst fucking sticky notes I've ever used. It's a good thing they were free. I picked these up at a conference. Attack D gave me the cheapest fucking sticky notes I've ever used. Look, they don't even stick. Well, I guess it does now, but it barely sticks. Whatever. I guess I have to test it again. Right? Was it bottom right? I think it was bottom right. Attack these nuts. Alright, let's crank this up. What is it, 5 volts again? There we go. I like how it makes noise. You guys hear that? It's the speaker making noise. Here, listen. Oh, now there's shit at my workbench making noise. Here, listen to this. Isn't that awesome? The speaker pops when it turns on. Okay, so the bottom right one is 5 volts. Let's say it's 5 volts. I don't know why they would feed it 6 volts, but say that one's 5 volts. And then turn this off. This time I'm going to use my pliers to pull the connector out instead of the cable. There we go. Top right, you think that's 3 volts? What do we think? What are we thinking? I guess it's tricky because if it is 3 volts and I'd run 12 volts through it. Let's see if we can probe some stuff. Got anything over here? No, nothing. Nothing anywhere. We got anything up here on this board? No. What about this LED? This is what was lit up earlier. There's not a whole lot of like test pads on this thing. I mean, I don't know if these are test pads or not. They kind of look like test pads, but here, what about this thing over here? Or what about all of these pins back here? You got anything? Nothing? Okay. What about these over here? Nothing? That might be like the 24 volt line or something. The top right one, or 12 volt. 24 or 12 or something. I don't see why they would be different between the two models. I feel like they'd be the same just because companies are cheap as shit and they're not gonna want to change that unless they need to, right? Let's try top left. We'll run 3 volts on the top left one. and see what that gives us. Do you guys like this camera setup? How does this work? I've got some... I want to set these up. It's kind of a joke. I've got an old camcorder. Check this thing out. This thing uses a disc. The lens cover might be closed. Battery level is low. These batteries are from early 2000s. Oh, it dead. Alright, hold on. I've got just the thing. See, unlike this piece of shit time clock, I actually have the right power adapter for this thing. Oh, look at that. Oh man, isn't that great? Format set, yes, I know. Yeah, I kind of want to get this sucker set up as like just like a camera, like an extra camera angle, just because it's really funny. But here, check this out. Here, listen to this. And then it pops the disk drive open. Mmm, yummy. It's not that old, but it's old. I've got a newer one that has a hard drive in it. This sucker has a hard drive over here, which is the goofiest shit too. I always thought that was funny, putting hard drives in things. But this one is considerably more like modern. I think this one actually has an HDMI out. The other one is more analog. So I kind of want to use the analog one just because it looks old. The old one, yeah, they both have video out, but I need to get a, where is it on this one? I saw it just a second ago. What the heck? Oh, it's on the front. Yeah, it's got an AV out with their proprietary cable, and I have the cables. I just don't have a capture card for analog. Like an analog capture card. If I can get an analog capture card, I'll definitely get that set up as like a side camera angle, just because it's really funny. I'll probably use it for like some future videos that I do. Definitely cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and I want to crank this up to 3 volts. And hopefully not let the smoke out. No smoke, no smoke. I don't know, let me, that's not actually drawing anything either, which is interesting. Maybe, is this one a 5 volt one too? No? Do we go up to 12 volts? I don't know if we should go up to 12 volts or not. it's at 12 volts. I don't see anything smoking. I also don't see anything on, which is kind of dumb. Anything hot? Nothing's hot. I don't know. Maybe it's got good protections built in. Huh. Yeah, I might want to set this off to the side and do a little bit more research, a little bit of digging. What time is it? So, yeah. I think my cats are hungry, I'm hungry, and my husband's gonna be home soon, so I think I might call this a wrap. Kind of poking at stuff for a pretty good amount of the day. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll probably be on either tomorrow or Tuesday. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah, I did set up a Discord, but I didn't really want to like have like like an open Discord setup for you guys and for everybody else who's interested. So I have it set up as a member only thing right now, because I figure once you have like a little bit of skin in the game, it kind of reduces the number of shitters and people who want to like come and ruin everybody's fun. So if you guys are interested in something like that, you can check out my Patreon and or YouTube membership. And if you join membership on Patreon or YouTube, I will send you an invite and we can hang out and we can learn some stuff together through the Discord. So, but otherwise, I will be on in the future, and I'll catch you guys then. Bye!